Very nice weekend, and I know our next guest will be able to share lots of things to do this weekend. Right, Jen?
Yes, and I was trying to clear my mouth of all the caramel popcorn I had. I'm handing it out to Ryan and Kelly as they're in here in magazine, and I'm forcing you guys to eat it with me, right? Yeah. Didn't really have to do much forcing because it was good.
No, you just had to show it to me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, if you're wondering what's going on for Halloween coming up, In Magazine is always a good place to look because they have so much in there, whether it's restaurants, what's going on, concerts, movies. They've got a little bit of everything. So we're talking with In Magazine, of course, because it is Friday. Got Ryan and Kelly here talking to us, and you came in and you said, oh my gosh, I have so much to talk about today.
There's so much going on for Halloween. I've been so busy the last couple of weeks. There's so many things we've done. Our cover story this week is on Radio Hour Frankenstein, and that is a play put on by Plan B Theater, but it's also being broadcast on KUER 90.1 simultaneously for a couple of the performances. It's an adaptation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Really?
Yeah, for the radio with sound effects. So the actors aren't really in costume, but the idea is that you are watching a radio broadcast in the studio.
Do you know what, though? I bet a lot of people would take to that because you talk to people who used to like avidly listen to a radio show. Your imagination can almost do more wonders for you than actually seeing something.
Absolutely, and a lot of people have taken to it because for all intents and purposes it is sold out. There's a couple spare tickets that keep popping up, but pretty much you've got to listen to it on the radio at this point. But I saw a preview of it last night and it's just so much fun to watch. So the adaptation is by Matthew Ivan Bennett, who is Plan B's resident playwright, and they've devoted their entire season to him. And he's only 30 years old, and he's right here in Utah, so it's pretty fun to get to see local talent emerging like that. But it was so much fun to watch the sound effects. They have celery that they're breaking, you know, to be like people's bones breaking. They're like hacking into pumpkins.
Oh, so they use just all sorts of different props.
Household objects. You're watching these sound effects being performed live. It's not like they're pushing a button to play something that was pre-recorded. They've got buckets of water. They're sloshing around for the waves. So pretty cool. A couple people close their eyes for a few moments to imagine what it would be like to listen to it on the radio, and it's very engaging. So KUER 90.1 on Halloween at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. is where you can listen to that. Other drama, I went to see Scary Poppins at the Hale Theater. It's fun, yeah.
It's at, what is...
Oh, I'm sorry, Desert Star Theater.
Desert Star, there you go.
Yeah.
And that's always with the family.
Yeah.
You know, Desert Star always seems to be really good if you want to take the kids. They're very entertaining and good to like work with the audience to really engage.
Definitely, and I had a 6-year-old with me and he loved it.
Okay.
Yeah. And Thriller, Odyssey Dance Theater.
I've seen part of it. It was incredible. Did you see the 11-year-old who danced?
Yes. Oh, was he 11? I was trying to find out exactly how old he was.
He does this robot dance that is absolutely incredible.
And he was in the big Thriller dance too, and just kind of was the center of things for a while.
I'm going tonight.
Oh, good.
This was my first time, and I was just blown away. They were just so talented, and it was so creative. I love the Jason dance too. Where you've got the 3 dancers wearing Jason masks, who are kind of like the 3 Stooges with knives.
I've been called up on stage with the Jasons before.
Have you? They tried to take your foot off.
They tried to eat my foot. You know, they threw my shoe clear across the whole stage, and I just stood there like, what do I do? There's these Jasons, and then of course they bring out, you know, their chainsaws right up in my face, and I just made sure not to move.
That's really good to know, because I was trying to figure out if the woman was planted in the audience ahead of time. Okay.
They grab randoms, so it's well, if you don't like Jason, don't sit in the front row.
I can't believe I waited so long. I see why people go every year.
Yeah.
So definitely. And then I went to the Haunted Village.
Where's that one at?
That is, this is the place, Heritage Park, only turned into haunted cottages.
Oh, okay.
So.
Kind of spooky, or just more of a family type event?
They tried to make it really scary. They say, you know, why settle for one haunted house when you have a whole village to be scared in? I think it was kind of medium on the scariness level for the haunted houses that I've been to this year, but the cool thing about it was these are actual pioneer homes that the pioneers lived in, and you know, just that level of authenticness made it very atmospheric.
It does. So. I think it really, really does. And it's kind of cool to see the history along with, you know, bringing in some Halloween. We were talking to Park City Museum today. They were up here, and they do the same thing. They bring in the history of Park City, and they go up to the Glenwood Cemetery up here, and they talk about, you know, people who've passed away, how it happened, you know, just different things so that people get a perspective of what Park City was like in the 1800s and early 1900s. So,
Yeah, that historical perspective is always fun.
Yeah.
And they say that the park actually is haunted by one of Brigham Young's wives.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
and I
kind
have
of scary to think about.
Yeah, and I actually also have a book review in this week's issue on the life of a book about that wife's life. It's called The 19th Wife by David Ebershoff.
That many?
He actually had, they say, around 52, but she was known as the 19th wife, and she wasn't very happy about it. So
Scary
they say
number
her
19.
Yeah, they say her ghost still haunts the place.
Oh, okay, that would make sense.
Yep.
So
So
number
that's-
19, I can see why.
Yes. And that's
So-
what I have for Halloween.
Okay, so
happenings.
lots going on.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be giving away some more Thriller tickets at the end of the show if people want to tune in. It's tomorrow's matinee, 2 p.m. We'll maybe give some more away unless I want to keep them all to myself.